My next guest is finally going to make his UFC debut coming up here on Halloween night. He's now taking on Victor Rodriguez. It was supposed to be Aaron Phillips. They finally got a replacement here. Adrian, how's it going, man?
Man, it's going pretty good, man. I'm just happy I got an opponent, and I'm happy to make my UFC debut. So I'm just really excited.
Yeah, give me a timeline here. When did you find Phillips was out, and when did you get the replacement opponent? At the time of recording this, it is October 21st. So give a little context.
Yeah, I found out on October 19th that he pulled. I think around like in the sometime like before in the afternoon. But out of nowhere, the UFC got on it. My manager got on it, and they ended up finding me a replacement on Tuesday, October 20th. So I was just really happy that it came so quick. Plus, there was no shortage of people. It's the UFC, so people want to fight into the UFC. They want their shot. I had a lot of people calling me out on Twitter, just saying that they would jump at the shot to fight me, just to even get into the UFC. So it was really quick. It was really, really quick.
A little bit disappointed though. I know Phillips was a guy you kind of had on your radar on the regional scene for a while.
Yeah. Actually, last year, November, a former LF Legacy Fighting Championship matchmaker was talking to me. Actually wanted to make that this year if neither of us were in the UFC by this time. So he's been somebody I've been keeping a close eye on. So I'm pretty bummed out that I won't get to fight him this time, but hopefully we get to make that match in the future.
Any adjustments in camp for the new opponent, or has it been pretty much business as usual?
No, it's just pretty much business as usual. This is exactly how I train. I'm always looking to hone my own skills. I'm never really looking at somebody else and game planning for them because I'm so used to this happening on the regional scene where fighters drop out and I get to have to fight somebody else on a week or 2 weeks notice. So it's happened a lot in my career, so I just never focus on the opponent. I focus on myself.
And you're taking on another newcomer in Victor Rodriguez, 7-2 record. I fought a bit in Alexa FC. What do you know about him? I know we're really fresh into the new opponent, but how do you feel like you match up against him?
I feel like I match up very well against him. I saw his last fight, and I'm really not too impressed. I'm not impressed. I just feel that he's going to walk into something, and I'm going to be walking out with another early KO. He's tough. He has that don't quit attitude, but you got to have more than that whenever you're making a UFC debut and you're fighting.
And I couldn't, help but notice, heading into this interview, I looked him up and kind of checked out the record. And I did notice he fought for Alaska FC. And why that's significant is because they're sort of a promotion known for kind of building up their fighters and kind of doing a lot of mismatches. I went and actually dug the guy that he fought last, the 8-1 guy, had fought a bunch of guys who had losing records. I noticed on his resume too, a lot of losing records in there. I bring that up because the last interview we had, in Contender Series, same sort of thing where some of the matchmaking you could tell was kind of built up a bit. Whereas that's one of the things to your credit is you fought nothing but tough competition leading up. So how much do you think that will play a role in this fight? Because I did happen to notice that he has fought a couple guys with losing records.
Yeah, man, it just goes back to me just looking and just saying, man, I think that's bullying, man. Going back to whenever Brady was fighting, I think that's some sort of bullying, man. You just take the easy fights. You try and take easy fights so you can go out there and just pump up your record and everything, cherry picking. Man, I don't like that. I really don't. Because it gives people a false sense of hope, and so whenever you do go up there and you fight a tough fighter, you end up doing like me fighting him. If you fought nothing but tough opponents, I go out there and I starch this guy. It doesn't look good on me. So
right.
I'd rather fight somebody who has a lot of tough fights. Me go out there and starch them, and then it just looks better on my resume. I guess easy way to say it is would go out there. I'd rather have a fighter who's been proven and tested, and me beat him the way I beat Brady, and it make a lot more noise, a lot more everybody knows yeah, he fought a really good fighter and starts and that guy's scary. But I have to fight another guy who kind of doesn't have a great resume. His record looks great. He's done what he's supposed to do to those people, but also I look at that as another form of bullying. And I said it once, I'll say it again. I don't like bullying. I don't like bullies. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put a stop to this guy.
Training camp, how have things looked heading into the camp, and who have you got to work with as far as bodies in the gym?
Oh man, my same training partners. I was working with a little bit more of a southpaws. Like my training partner Derek Ashday helped me out a lot. Leomano Martinez was coming in the gym consistently. Jacob Silva, also another guy who's getting a shot at contenders again. And so I had a lot of good people. I have a lot of good training partners, and then a lot of amateurs looking to turn pro here pretty soon. Cameron Smotherman. And then Eduardo Anaya, man, like we have a lot of good fighters that are coming up. We're just kind of just building up those guys are just building up. So and how fast they're building up, like you could just see that the level of MMA is just rising because these amateurs are fighting like pros. But yeah, like I've had a lot of great sparring partners, and I feel in great shape. And then with the UFC, they sent me the Aura ring, and pretty much like that checks your heart rate variability, helps you see if you can push harder on days and everything. So I've been looking at that and just looking at my recovery, and I knew I was in shape, but now I know I'm in shape.
The science is there, right? You can't go against science, right?
Yeah, so I'm just looking. I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. And a decent amount of time in between your last fight and this fight as well. Are you happy not to be fighting on Fight Island just because of all that travel, or would you have preferred to have been a part of that experience?
And I'm not a big fan of flying. Like it's cool, but even long car drives, like if it's over 6 hours, I'm just over it. But even flying, man, going up in the air, like you get that little nauseous feeling. But it would have been cool to fight on Fight Island just for the mystique of like, hey, you fought on Fight Island. This is cool. But man, at the end of the day, I just want to fight. I really don't care where it is. I'm just glad I'm going back to Vegas and fighting, because Vegas is the fight capital of the world, and I'm just ready to go out there and fight in the fight capital of the world. Fight Island's cool, but the capital of the world, that's where I want to be. And
familiar territory with fighting on Contender Series as well, right? It's like you're kind of like your home base, at least from the last fight, which is good. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Man, it's going to be Saul Solis, my same corner as last time.
Okay,
just adding person, Cameron Smotherman, and my brother. Cameron, he's an amateur guy. Kind of want to take him on the ride so he can kind of see, get the sense, because I think he's one guy that's going to stick with it, and I kind of want to show him like, hey, look, this is what you have to look forward to. So I know a lot of fighters do that with other up and coming fighters, just to let them see. So whenever they get to that position, they're not overtaken by the lights. They just go out there and shine. So and then also he's a really great training partner. It doesn't hurt me or anything. He's very considerate whenever you come into fight camp with fight week and everything. So just having people that I'm really comfortable around makes things way better for me.
How's the fight unfolding on October 31st?
Oh, I'm knocking him out first round.
Okay, I like that. No hesitation, just straight into it.
Oh yeah, no hesitation, man. I like I said, man. I'm fighting bullies back to back, man. I really don't like bullies, and I'm just gonna go out there first round. I give them 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I figure them out, and I start them in the fourth.
Very cool. What's downtime looking like during camp? You getting into any Netflix or video games, anything like that?
Oh man, one thing that I was always looking forward to on Fridays is like it's the end of the week. It's the end of the week. I finally get to rest and relax. Eat my meal, and then get to watch. Go on Amazon Prime and watch The Boys. Oh man, I love that show, but they just had their season finale, and I'm like in that little downtime of like, man, now I gotta find something else to watch. I ended up rewatching all of Cobra Kai, the first and second season, and now I'm just having trouble with finding what I want to watch. So if you have any recommendations, go ahead and throw them my way.
Let's see. I've been watching. I like a lot of like murder mystery stuff. They have Unsolved Mysteries, the new season on there, which is kind of cool. So I've been really digging that. What else am I watching on Netflix? Yeah, just rewatching stuff as well too. Like I heard The Boys is good. I have to get on that. I'm late to the party on that one. But you're not the first person who's told me how good it was. So. Oh
yeah, and here's the thing too is that you're coming in. They already have 2 seasons.
Right.
So it's first, second season, they they take off of what they wanted to do. And I'm really hoping with all this COVID stuff, I really hope that they can get to a third season pretty quick. Because, man, I really love it. I am feeding for more of that show.
There you go. And we certainly got to watch you October 31st, UFC Fight Night. Adrian, always appreciate the time, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Oh, man, thank you so much. Yeah, I just want to give a big shout-out to my coach, Saul Solis at Metro Fight Club. We're now at O Athletics, so if you're in Houston, you want to check out the gym, hit up O Athletics. Iridium Sports Agency, man, they've done a lot for me. Jason House and those guys do a phenomenal job. Also, man, So Right, great recovery tool. HKA USA, their training gear is like one of the best. They supplied me with all my training gear from my training camp, and man, it hasn't failed me yet. Man, I just want to say thank you to you for giving me the platform, getting me even before my UFC debut, whenever I was making my LFA debuts and everything, you were there. You gave me interviews, so thank you so much.